You can see the opening, and then it's gone.
As we move closer to the top.
As you're on the top.
Oh, we're
You're
already
on
up at
the
the
top.
We're
Yes,
at the
and
top.
it's still 40 feet above you.
Cool.
Rotating.
And we can
And
see
you can
there's
tell
something.
There's stuff in there, but I'm not sure what it is. No, you'd have to get in there somehow if you wanted to.
Well, I've got nothing, and I can't really see, so
Response. Perhaps we can try what we tried in the tower.
which was exactly what?
I can get a running start and then jump off Marigold as she throws me up.
What if I just try to climb up there?
It's how are you going to climb up there? It is a flying, rotating glass chamber that is 40 feet above you. How are you going to climb there? There's nothing connecting it to where you are.
I have a rope.
Yeah.
How much do you want to get up there?
8.
You want to try to latch the rope onto it and climb the rope?
We could see if we can do that.
I can latch it. Do you really want to get up in this spinning room?
There's stuff up there. Maybe there's something up there that we can use.
What
Okay.
what exactly are you gonna do, Kappa, before you do it?
Change into something that can fly and fly up there with the rope.
Alright. That would work, I guess.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, Kappa, what have you seen that you've spent enough time with to be able to wild shape into? That flies.
Coming from swamps, I would say I can do a crow, maybe a vulture.
Good enough for me.
Okay.
As long as you got a plan, I'm good with it.
Well, I will give him the end of my rope.
All right. I'm gonna say vulture more than crow, since you're trying to carry the end of a rope. Be a little bit bigger. Wild shape into a vulture. Grab the bit of the rope at the end of your beak and fly up. Wait, and fly into the opening. What do you do now?
Well, when I wild shape back, yeah, okay, so I'll grab it with the claws, my claws, and just fly up there, pop out of it, see up there.
Say that again.
So as I pop back out of wild shape, I presume I'm in the room as I
Correct,
flew up
yes.
there.
You are.
What do I see in the room?
Currently, nothing, because you have no light source.
Very well. I'll pop a little flame.
Okay.
Now what do I see?
So you summon your flame to your hand, or whatever spell of badass fireness that fucking wildfire druids have. And you can see that at one point this place was probably nice, but there's just a lot of rubble that doesn't make sense to you.
Do I see a place? Do I see a place that I can securely fasten the rope?
Oh yeah, you see like one of the pillars around the edges. Looks like that maybe it had an anchor point for like curtains or something in this place to block things out. That you're not sure how sturdy it is, but you can definitely tie a rope to it.
I'll tie a rope to it.
Okay. So at some point, guys, the rest of you that are down there, as the building rotates around, there's a rope within range to grab onto.
Okay. I go ahead and giddy up the rope.
Alton first.
Alton's first.
Excellent. Give me an athletics roll. Please do not botch it falling to your death.
Can we do acrobatics?
Nope. This is pure strength here. This is athletics roll. Wow. I mean, you eventually get up there. You don't botch, so you don't immediately fall off. But it takes like 4 rotations of this thing going around and around and around and around before you finally, arms shaking, sweat covering your entire brow, get up into this building.
Woo! Well, we made it. We're up here. So, what do I see?
A bunch of rubble that makes no sense to you. It's shapes and designs that just are alien to your mind. It's not like a bunch of rocks. It's and you don't even see like broken glass. You see bits of metal that are twisted and fallen apart, and some that look like they were bent in strange ways, and the overall shapes just don't. It's alien. It's nothing that you are used to, so it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't even look like this would be like a restaurant or someplace where people ate, because that's going to be the first thing that goes through his head. Did people used to eat up here?
You don't see anything that looks like a chair. You don't see anything that looks like tables.
Okay.
It just doesn't make sense to you. It
okay.
just doesn't make any sense. But if you want to give me an investigation roll as you start looking around, Kappa, if you want to give me one too. Does anybody else want to attempt the rope trick?
I feel
I don't know
semi-obligated.
Yeah,
I don't
wait.
see
If you're
nothing.
gonna go, Trace, I'm gonna let you go first. But before you go, because I don't want anybody to die, and I saw how Alton almost couldn't make it, so I'm just gonna just give me a second. I'm gonna be as quiet as I can. Play a little bit of a song on the lute, right? And give him some bardic inspiration with just some quiet music, calm your mind. You can do this.
Focus. Zen space.
Because I'm so good at athletics rolls.
All
Alright, I will attempt to climb the rope.
Let
Athletics
me
roll, please.
do that first. There we go.
Would you like to use your bardic inspiration?
Yes? What is it, a D8?
Yes.
Alright. Foundry, what the hell's going on here?
You just need to roll an 8 to make this decent.
Yes.
And you shall receive.
Harry Steve.
Woo! Your mind space is in a good spot. And you just start climbing up and get up into the building. Don't understand what Alton's issue was. Oh man, so good. So good.
I'm assuming you're gonna stay here, right, villain?
Yeah, I'm not climbing up there.
Alright, so this might sound weird, but I'm going to cast a spell on you to help me.
Okay.
Because it should work. I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs on her, which gives her disadvantage on the ability check that she does next within a minute, and I get advantage on mine because that's what I'm going to do for it.
You have nothing to interrupt.
Oh, come on, she can do anything.
No. I mean, I applaud your. You know what? Sure, burn the spell slot. Go for it.
I have terrible athletics.
You know yes, I will allow it because you want to burn a spell slot to give you advantage on an athletics roll. Climb up a fucking rope. Yes, yes, please.
I have plenty of first level spells.
Wow.
Jeez.
Most
you
creative
do?
use of silvery barbs
Okay,
ever.
I'll fix that, Zarsius.
Uh-huh.
All right, sir. If you want to give me that advantageous fucking athletics roll.
See, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Look at you. Like a boss. I'm going to have Mirror and Marigold stay down there. I'm not going to worry about them. There's enough we use up there. Trace, now that you're up inside the fun glass dome here, go ahead and give me a history roll with advantage. And Zarsi is going to give me a investigation roll. Man, I love how it rolled on the 20 and then went back to the 8. Oh, yeah.
Do I use it now? Do I use it now? It's not worth it. Not for this place.
Trace, you know that the upper echelon of people went up here for something, but damned if you remember what. Do you also want to look around?
Yes, please.
Investigation roll, please.
I am so good at these.
Can't do worse than me.
14. Wow. Okay, well, that's fun.
He finds out more than I did.
He finds out more than anybody did. 14. Okay, so Trace, as you are moving through some of the stuff, moving different things aside, these, I don't know, some of these things that were weird to other people is something like a piece of metal that had a very thin, long point that was probably about 3 feet long, and then on the opposite end of the actual point was about a 1.5 2 foot diameter disc. So if you imagine like a flathead nail, right, just kind of bigger, and then like the actual like point of the nail a little bit thinner, just kind of like a strange nail. Everybody else was like, that's a strange spike. Trace, though, you actually move it and you put it on the spike end, and it stands. Perfect. Doesn't move. And as you move other things around, there's a couple things that you find, and then you sit on that thing. It's a chair. Guthrie's chair. Sits on a point, but has a flat surface for. I mean, I don't know if Trace has a butt, but for the rear end. Strange. Trace, what you find is a bottle, and inside the bottle, you can see there is a Nethri sky coach inside of it. Ship and bottle. Probably worth something. The other thing that you find. Give me an intelligence roll.
Oh, I'm spectacular at those.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's. Where's the? Why no worky? Does this one work?
Where were these intelligence rolls when we were messing with the computers last time?
Hey, back off. You only just learned how to speak Netherese.
Hey, it only took me one try to learn it, though.
That doesn't work anymore. That makes me sad. I will send you a Discord message. Because the whisper thing inside is not working. And I don't care why right now.
You're right, it's not. We can just blame Mirren. They're not here.
Get weird. It's up to you what you do with that knowledge. I'm saying as of this moment you haven't picked it up.
Yeah, because you just said I see it.
Yeah. It's one of the other things that you have discovered in this place.
Damn it. I will pick it up.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I was not expecting that, but okay.
I've also picked up the ship in the bottle, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
These I'm okay at, but now that I've said that, it's going to be a shit roll, so here we go!
Okay, well, interesting.
Right, we already have someone that can't stop touching things, someone that's paranoid, and now Trace with whatever thing he has.
I don't think you guys are gonna have to worry about that anymore.
Look, there was a rationale behind my decision, and not I left it up to fate.
Uh-huh. So, if we don't have to worry about it anymore, is it because he's gone, or is it because he's attacking us and we have to kill him and then he'll be gone?
You are allowed to interpret that however you would like. But that is an
feel
exact
like-
copy and paste from this.
I feel like this means he's about to attack us.
Can we switch channels for a second? I have a legitimate question about this.
Yeah, hang on. Let me jump us down to the roleplay. Hang on. I'm gonna also close this, and I can't. There you go. Good job. What's up?
How nuanced do I get to be with this? Like, is this like, I feel the urge to cause pain, so I'm going to do it at any cost, or is it going to be something that I should escalate? Like, for instance, like, starting out with just kind of like poking and prodding at people, or is this like, I need to cause serious physical harm?
So, the only thing that it says, and you'll figure this out fairly quickly, is that while grasping the wand, one feels an urge to inflict terrible harm upon others. The urge is easily resisted, but you didn't succeed.
But I suck, yeah.
And prolonged custody of the wand might have more detrimental effect at GM's discretion. So it depends on how you want to play this. Because if you start pulling out your bow, you're going to instinctively let go of the wand and no longer feel the urge. But if you're like using your built-in rapier, it can be easily said that it was, the off rapier hand that picked up the wand, and you go about a pokey slaughterfest. Yeah.
Well, see, I still hold the bow even when I pull the rapier out. So no matter what, in order to use the rapier, if it's in that other hand, I'd have to drop it.
Okay.
So that's why I was asking, how nuanced is this?
It's not an actual madness effect yet. It is just a passive ability with holding onto this wand.
So it could be as simple as like, I walk over and just step on Zarcius's toes or something, right?
Could be. Well, I mean, it says inflict terrible harm.
Terrible harm.
It
So
says terrible
if
harm.
I'm holding on to this, my initial first thought is wait for them to start climbing down the rope and then just cut the rope.
That's completely up to you. You have free reign to interpret the inflict terrible harm as you want. That could be verbal harm as far as I'm concerned. Harm is still harm.
Oh, this is going to be difficult with this character. All right, I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, because it's not a madness effect. It's kind of a loose thing. So you don't exactly have to immediately attack somebody, but if there's an opportunity while you're still holding on to this thing, do what you want to do.
And you're just saying as long as it's in my possession. So if I'm not directly touching it.
Yeah, it's literally only while you're grasping it. Like I said, if you are, for example, going to knock an arrow to shoot somebody with, or pull out the rapier, so you would have to be letting go of the wand, then you would no longer feel that urge.
All right, because really I was only going to pick it up because I wanted to show it to Professor Scant, was my exact thought process.
Okay, so you pick it up and you feel this terrible, this urge to inflict terrible harm upon others. I mean, it depends on how you want to How you want to play that out? I mean, you could even go as far as to just be like, "Look, I can't see this wand," and then break it in front of him. I mean, that would cause terrible harm to poor Professor Scant.
You know what? Let's do that.
Okay. All right. I'm
All right,
gonna move
I
you
can
back
take it.
up. I'll move you
All right,
back up.
sounds good.
All right. So, that happens. The stuff
That happens.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. The rest of you find nothing in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Information.
Go ahead.
I believe I have found something that I need to show to Professor Scant.
Okay. Well, what would that be?
I'll hold it out and show it.
Okay.
It's
So
Go ahead and
you
describe it.
guys would see about 1.5 feet, maybe almost 2 foot long rod. Zarcius and Kappa can give me intelligence rolls, intelligence ability rolls.
Not Arcana though.
Nope, not Arcana.
Hey,
Wow, Kappa.
Yes.
Zarcius. Zarcius, that wand, the material looks extremely familiar from reminiscent of a doomsday dragon that decimated all of the 10 towns. It is currently in Trace's possession.
hey, Trace. I'm going to have to ask you to put the rod down. It is not safe for any of us to be wielding such a thing.
Response. I need to show this to the professor. I believe it is very important.
I believe that it is trying to control you.
Response. I do not believe it is controlling me. I wish to show this to the professor willingly.
If you show it to the professor, will you keep it? Not let anybody, including the professor, touch it. Like nobody touches it.
Response. I am not going to touch anybody with this, nor the professor with it.
Hey, will you?
What is it?
It's.
Yeah.
Alright, so
What
you guys
is it?
remember? Well, you don't remember Alden because you weren't here. But Kappa, you remember the dragon, the mechanical like one that we fought and killed?
Yes.
This rod looks very similar to the one that messed with the dragon and made things really bad.
Right.
Hey, and you remember how when certain party members touched materials made from this, it really messed with them for a little while?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm getting at. Is that I think it's messing with him.
Fuck.
What,
Dude.
Alton?
Can we wrap something around it so that he's not directly touching it?
I would recommend this as this is the first thing we should do, and then if price, as long as you continue to be normal, then sure we can do whatever. But
I mean, if you guys haven't tried to stop me, I'm already trying to climb down the rope right now.
Excellent athletics roll for me, please. And how are you like storing your bow over your shoulder or something, or?
To do this, yes, I have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys are talking about it, he walks over, just jumps out, grabs hold, and he's down. as the building
Hey.
rotates.
We should definitely follow.
Yes.
Hopefully
Yes.
slide down this rope without falling to my death.
Yes, we slide down the rope too.
So the building's remember this thing is rotating. Are you gonna wait until it rotates to where your party members are, or are you gonna land on the opposite side of the broken tower?
No, we're gonna wait until we get to where the steps are.
Then if you're gonna wait, trace as you are.
I don't think I am gonna wait, because I know a lot more about this thing than they do.
Can we use Mage Hand to hold it?
A rod? Yes, but I'm going down the rope, so hopefully...
Okay.
Zarsius, athletics roll for me. And Kappa, you know that you'd have to get a hold of the whatever it is that he's holding, the wand first. Mage Hand isn't going to be able to pull it from him. So if Trace isn't willing to let it go, Mage Hand isn't going to do anything.
Mhm.
Also, Kappa, the people from the Live Kits team are telling me to have you try Incognito tab.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
so Zars. Oh man, I gotta. Let's see here. Where is?
Right. Do you need me to roll anything before I switch over?
No, not right now. Nope, nope.
Okay.
So she's here, here, here. You guys are all up in this business. All up in this business. And apparently Trace has deleted himself again.
What?
I think something happened actually when I cast Bardic Inspiration on him, because I cast it on him and then he disappeared.
Awesome. So you deleted him again. Excellent.
Wow.
All right. So he's going to come down here. You were going directly afterwards. You succeed, but you are here. Okay, that's just visual. Obviously, the distance is all fucked up because of how the size of this map, right? You're not really 80 feet across. Just to give you visual representation as far as distance is concerned. You're probably like 20 feet away, though. However, he gets one action before you land safely. So, Trace, what are you doing?
Inquiry. Villain, may I speak to Professor Scant?
Villain, has him out. Incognito mode worked. You have something like an extension or something blocking you.
Figure it out later.
100%. I'm just gonna let him know incognito mode worked, so he can tell me what to tell you to do. Anyway, Professor's already out because they're jabbering back and forth about this fucking tower and the things they can see and all that jazz. So turns around, Professor Scant is there already for you, kind of thing.
So I've got the wand in my one hand.
Yes.
So I'm going to reach in and grab the bottled skyship.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold it out and show it to him.
He just goes bonkers about this.
As soon as he starts to go bonkers about it, I'm going to take it and just throw it off the side of the tower.
You're throwing the skyship off the side of the tower?
Yes.
The bottle?
Yes.
If a soul trapped in a pearl could scream and cry, Professor Scant would be doing it. In languages you don't even know, he's cursing at you. You can just feel like if he could fight you or if he could jump, both would be happening right now. He'd either be jumping after that thing or knocking you both off. Like there'd be some fisticuffs happening. Zarcius, you see just. Whoop.
I mean, he's only 20 feet away, and I would
Yep.
see him starting to throw this thing. Yeah, why not? It's less than 30 feet away, or within 30 feet. I'll try to cast Mage Hand right where it's going, and right into the hand.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So here's what I want. I want rollies. I want a Arcana versus. Let's see. Let's do Arcana versus Sleight of Hand. Single rolly off here.
Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, 25 is pretty good.
Dang, I gotta roll pretty good to beat that.
Ooh.
That was close.
That was close.
That is close. All right, Kim, I'm going to send what he said to me to you. Excuse me. So as you bloop, like not even caring where it's going, Trace, just more focusing on what you've done to this, man in a pearl. He's cursing and hatred, like if the pearl could change color, you just imagine like it turning red and summoning fire and brimstone, and he suddenly stops. You look over and you see that the ship is just flying in the air. Still in the bottle, just flying in the air. Zarcius, where do you move this thing to?
It's gonna slowly make its way to me. And I'm gonna stay at least 10 feet away from Trace, because I know something's controlling him. See? So that's not what you said you were gonna do, Trace.
Response. I said I wasn't going to touch the wand to anyone. I never said what I was going to do otherwise, as I drop the wand and go to pull my bow to fire an arrow at the ship in the bottle to finish what I've started.
As soon as you drop the wand, no idea why you acted the way you acted.
I'll unknock the arrow and be very confused for a moment, I believe.
As the wand ting, ting, and then falls off the edge of the tower.
See? That's probably for the best, because I guarantee that wand was bad news. Let's just leave it wherever it lands.
And Alton, you can give me an athletics roll. Cap, are you going to come down the rope? Or are you going to burn
Yes,
it up
sir.
again?
No, I'm going to come down.
Okay. Need Affy checks from both y'all. And if one of you could natural one to fall to your death, that'd be great.
Wow.
Darn it,
brutal.
Alton didn't do it. Cap has succeeded too. Son of a gun. Although from this distance, you guys can see the strange thing of light that just changes colors every few seconds. It's about over here right now.
Ooh.
Seems to be making its way this way. Do, 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 do. Just yellow, pink, kind of a black and white, strange color, dark purple, before you can't see it anymore.
So, did it go behind that domed building?
No, it went behind this building before you guys stopped being able to see it.
Okay.
Wait. So, Trace, do you know why you were trying to destroy this thing, or do you not know anything of what happened?
That would be. Hold on, I gotta defer a question really quick. Do I remember what I was doing, or was
Yeah,
that just?
No, you remember. You don't know why. You just had
Okay.
this urge, and now it's gone. Like a bit of programming that just had to be reset, and now you're good to go.
Response: I found the bottled ship and that wand together, and when I picked them both up, I felt the urge to harm Professor Scant in the worst way possible.
Then it's probably a good idea that it went over the side.
Like I said, touching those, whatever that material is, has never been good. So let's just avoid it.
Response: it would probably be best to bring it with us, just in case we need it somewhere else in the city. Chardolin was used quite prevalently here in Yithrin.
It's good to know. We can go pick it up without touching it physically. So, like mage hand, and put it into a bag. Put it into a regular bag after we wrap it up in something, so it doesn't touch anybody.
Response: on second thought, that might be quite impossible. It did just fall, like, 160 feet off the top of the tower. It is still made of crystal.
I don't remember if we ever tested how durable it was. So it could have shattered, but depending on the crystal, it actually could be quite durable. Could still be down there.
Response: that would require us to have multiple light sources to find it after falling from this height.
So probably not worth the time.
Perhaps we should investigate the wizard tower as you suggested earlier.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Now, if we happen to see it on the way, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So heading back down.
Heading back down.
Where, pray tell, are you going now?
The wizard's tower, right?
Yep, this one.
Okay.
Could we look for the wand to see if it shattered?
Do you want to take the time to? And light
If
some
we-
torches to be able to see to do so?
No, if we run across it, we run across it. If not, we keep going.
Okay.
Well, you guys, if you're not actively looking for it, you're not going to run across it.
Okay.
Who here knows Draconic?
I do.
I do believe I do.
Me too.
Yes. Yes.
All you people be knowing Draconic. Gosh.
Draconic is one of the main arcana languages, so you kind of need to know if you're going to practice magic.
Well, For me, it's because he's turning into a dragon.
All right, so in that case, then, those of you who know Draconic, which I'm only caring about the people that are actually here. The strange, almost boot-shaped, if you will, if you think of these being like the toes and this the heel and this coming up, it's
Oh,
kind of looks like a boot.
kind of a boot.
Kind of a boot structure that's got these like open-ended tower peaks, almost like pipes coming up. Or maybe even like, for those of you who have any sort of medical knowledge, like arteries or something. It's strange structure here. Can see that, they're in the front tip here, there are some doors. But along the outside here, there's a few really, really, really old, drying, fading, crumbling posters on the outside. And those of you who can read Draconic can see that the poster closest to the doorway in Draconic says, "Experience the Netherese Esoteric Orchestra's masterwork, The Dark Between the Stars."
Cool.
I need everybody go ahead and give me a history roll except for Zarcius, who just immediately knows. I'm going to wait for the history rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal history roll, or
This one would be normal. It's not specific
Okay.
to Netherese.
fair enough.
Fuck. Zarcius is the only one who knows this. I will Discord messages to you because we're having that issue with the module. There's that too, Zarcius. The ground around, as well as the building itself, has a thin sheet of frost to it, like most buildings here do. This particular structure, unlike some of the others where the doors was either, halfway cracked open or just non-existent, this one still has its double doors closed. Up to you what you would like to do.
So, from the posters, it looks like an auditorium.
The posters are too far gone to know what it is. It was just the text that you were able to make out, and to my knowledge, nobody has shared that information. So,
Zarcius, you know what this is?
I think I do know what it is. It's actually some music that is told in legends. It's probably very rare, and if we could find a sheet of it, I would love it. I mean, I mean, music guy after all.
Oh, so is this?
Well, the only way we're going to know is to see if we can open the door.
Hey,
So
Oh.
does someone open the door?
Sure, I'll try. He's
Okay.
short.
Sure.
So if anything comes out, it's going to come out and be above his head.
So you hope.
So we hope.
Uh, the doors open after you have to kind of crack a little bit of ice off of them, which for you is easy peasy.
Easy
And
enough.
just as simple as flipping a hand. As you open the doors, you can see like this long hallway that opens up into what you could only imagine to be a massive room. Do you choose to enter?
Let me see.
hey,
No, I think he's gonna cast detect magic to see if there's anything going on.
Okay.
once we're inside, I am gonna uncover the ring so I can see a bit better while we're inside.
Oh, so you are going in.
I am
Once
going
he-
in.
what- You open the doors and there's a hallway, so we go into the hallway, right?
That's what
Into
I'm
the
asking.
hallway.
I explained the scene and I asked if you're going in.
Ooh.
I'm going in,
Okay.
but just far enough to cast detect magic.
Remember that take the spell slot off. Make sure or use the ability to do so. Either way. And just remember that lasts for 10-ish minutes. Your initial casting, other than some shinies that sparkle around your group, and the nothing else in your area for now.
It says place measured template.
Yeah, just click it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just click it. As you kind of walk down the hall, some of you undoing the light. The inside here, there you go. Good enough. Has obviously edge. You can see some of the walls are a bit cracked. As this thing obviously took some kind of punishment with the fall and the probably abrupt crashing into whatever this used to be. Making your way through the hallway to the end where the hallway is into this vast expanse. This is obviously some kind of grand music hall. On this side, you can see just stands of oh my gosh, words, seats, rows upon rows upon rows, as they even continue up. There's some stairs going up. And then the stage platform itself, you can see that there was obviously maybe some kind of section where maybe some more uppity people had their own private like seats or whatever in the front, because there's a bit of a gap between where these seats are and the stage. There's like an open floor plan, if you will. The Grand Music Hall is a glitter with ice. Ice is just everywhere inside here, and the floor underfoot is strewn with the crystal shards of fallen chandeliers. You can see frozen corpses in the audience lying strewn among the tiered seats. Their expressions frozen in rapturous adulation. On the stage, cadaverous musicians slump over their shattered instruments.
So they were in the middle of a performance.
We're in the middle of a performance.
Wow. Do
And
you
this-
think they were playing that legendary song?
I kind of doubt it, but it would be very convenient because it would mean that one of them could have a full sheet in front of them because there are probably a few stands with some sheets on it, and hopefully one of them will have what we want. If not, backstage they should have all of the materials back there. So, you guys don't mind? I'm gonna
Sure.
start searching.
You go look for what it is because I don't know what we're looking for.
I'll help.
Are these people like actual corpses, like flesh still on bone?
Yes. And relative preservation. They're not. They don't appear freshly dead, but there's still some skin.
There's still meat on the bone.
There's still meat on the bone, but they appear to, frozen.
Enough to have expressions on their faces still.
Yes, enough. Yes, which is why the frozen rapturous adulations. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go like up towards the stage because I don't like being in the middle of all these creepy dead people.
Do I recognize any of them?
History roll.
Yeah, I'm
And,
going up on stage.
Um, Trace with a quick glance, no. Not unless you want to spend some time going through the hundreds of bodies.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well. I don't care about sheet music.
Okay. In that case, just give me an investigation roll. We'll see how long it takes you. Kappa and Alton, go ahead and also give me investigation rolls. Zarcius, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. It's gotta be great. Is this
It was great.
spell or magical effect?
Ooh, I don't know nothing.
It's not a spell. I don't think it's a. I'm not going to consider this a magical effect either. I'm going to say no for this particular situation.
Still 21.
Why did you roll it?
Oh, I did click advantage. I don't know why I did that.
So it would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
16.
16. All right.
Yes.
Not bad. So 16. You can just hear whispers. The words don't make sense, but it's almost pleading. And you look across the stage, and you see that the lectern is still standing tall, unfallen, and on it rests the conductor's baton, beckoning to be used once again.
Uh-oh.
If Curse of Strahd has taught me anything about deals made with things you put in your hands or replace them with, you should totally do this.
Is there sheet music on the lectern?
Walking over to there, you do not see, any sheet music. It's just the lectern, the baton resting on it, off to the side of the lectern in attire that would make sense for a conductor, long gone. But the whispers get a little stronger, pleading, wanting. Baton beckons.
Do I hear these voices too?
Nope.
Do we see the baton? Or do we see what Zarsius is doing?
You see Zarsius over by the lectern looking down at a dead guy, looking amongst a bunch of other dead things with musical instruments. Capo, with your 25 investigation, you don't see any sheet music. Lots of dead people in various forms of preservation. They may or may not be tasty. They're probably 2,000 years old, but who knows?
Uh-huh.
Well aged.
Hey,
I'm lucky I
Jerky.
see the lectern.
looks like jerky to me.
And Zarsius's light reflects pretty decently on the crystalline shards of the chandelier on the floor. So there's enough ambient light going on this main chamber area. The stands themselves, no, it's dark beyond compare. But this main floor area that you got, that most of you are at, pretty well lit. Just looking at some of these corpses, if you're that kind of people, there's shinies on them.
Hey,
Zarsius, what do you see?
not much yet. There's just a bunch of dead people and broken instruments. I might come back here, but I want to find the sheet music. So I'm gonna look backstage for that first. If you guys want to look around, I don't care.
So, why do you want to find the sheet music so bad?
Because I'm a bard. I play lots of music, and this music is legendary, alright? I would love to be able to play a legendary song.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like finding a legendary recipe for me.
Hey, see?
Ah.
Kappa understands.
Okay. So,
It's important to him.
what about the magic wand on the lectern thing?
You don't see any magic wand.
I don't see the.
Zarsius hasn't said anything about it, and as far as you're concerned, there's a bunch of dead bodies around.
Okay.
You see the lectern, but you're not exactly a music person, so the connection of what that could mean. Somebody stands in there, directs the musicians, but whatever.
No.
Well, since he kind of grew up on the streets, anything that has any kind of importance would look like something to lift.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. You're going to start looting 2,000-year-old corpses.
You put it that way.
They don't need it anymore. If you want to list some stuff while I search around for some music, that's up to you.
Yeah. I'm going to help Zarsius look for some stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking for sheet music before I touch this thing.
Alton, I need you to specify your intent here.
Well, he would definitely be looking around to see if there was anything that could be valuable.
Some of these corpses are wearing jewelry. You see things that you interpret to be valuable.
Yeah, but it's kind of creepy to go up to the corpse itself. Um, I think he would look at the most, what would look like to be the most valuable. So,
Well,
if the,
unfortunately, Alton, you rolled a 2. You can't discern
Yeah.
value. You see things that
So-
look shiny on 2,000-year-old corpses inside of a hall where they died listening to music, probably based off their facial expressions. Are you touching them or not? What are you doing, Alton? Don't hem and haw.
no,
What are you doing?
no, he's not going to go after him.
Okay. All right. Zarcius, as you are looking around for things, Kappa, you're the one who notices the door to a probably backstagey area. Well, this door is this is weird. It's a set of double doors that has what looks like in the center of the doors a circular piece that's missing. That is maybe about 6 to 8 inches in diameter.
I know what you're thinking. Don't mention it.
Kappa, you push on the door doesn't open.
Like a knob is missing.
Yeah, like some way to open the door is definitely missing.
I wonder what that could be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kappa, do you share this information?
Yes.
Who do you share?
There's a hole, everyone.
Okay.
There's a hole in this door.
Hey,
Sarsius, the hole looks very familiar.
I had a feeling it would look very familiar. Hey, right. Right.
What am I
Before we
looking
leave,
for?
we need a key for this door, and we had one. But before we even consider going back for this key, Trace, you mind helping me look for a key here? Because there are a lot of bodies here. Maybe one of them has one.
Response. Perhaps the director of the orchestra would have one, if it is backstage.
That's a good idea. Back over to the lectern.
Are you gonna rifle through the pocket as a 2,000-year-old corpse?
Yes, I am.
Like with your hands and stuff, or?
With my mage hand first.
So you are casting Mage Hand, and you're going to use it to try to go through the pockets of the conductor that's been dead for 2,000 years.
Yep.
Hopefully trying to find some kind of key thing.
Yep.
Okay,
I know what it looks like.
Just so I understand.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to break.
and crossbow with lights. I'll give it to you if you want it.
Take some pictures. Send it in the Discord. Tell the people that, that are going to be coming down. Anybody wants this? I'm sure somebody who's going to be coming down for the summit will take it off your hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to finish it. It's like almost finished, but I stopped working on it because she no longer wanted it. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know how that works.
All right. So Zarcius, using Mage Hand, rifling through the conductor's uniform. I mean, you know what you're looking for, but you don't find what you're looking for. You do find some papers, but they're so far gone that as soon as Mage Hand touches them, they just crumble into dust.
Right, so that was a no-go. Does not have a key.
We're looking for a key?
It's well, a magical key technically, but it.
What's it look like? What am I looking for? I can help look.
Yeah, I'll help look. Maybe it's on one of the orchestra people.
That's why I was checking the orchestrator here, but he didn't have it. I don't know if I wrote down the description.
So, how many people would made up the orchestra?
Yes.
No, how many?
Yes.
Ah,
A lot.
A lot.
a lot.
A lot.
Really a lot.
And instruments that you can't even put words to. They make no sense.
There's roughly like 50 people, maybe, or more to an orchestra. So, it's like a lot of people.
Yeah,
So-
especially if this is a legendary song, it'd be a large orchestra.
So, who would most likely have the key besides the?
First
Guy up
seat
front.
would be a good bet, actually. But there's first seats for a number of things. So it's still like a good 10, 20 people that are first seats in different sections. So still looking at the number of bodies.
Okay.
Zarcius, you still hear those whispers.
But I don't have music yet. I mean, I have my own music, but I want to play a music that they have already. This is what I'm saying in my head to the whispers.
Do you think we need to finish the song for the key?
I doubt it. Because otherwise, how would they go backstage to prepare and then come back out? So I doubt that. I mean, me and Trace know where one key is, but it's very dangerous to go back there and get it.
Well, it may not fit the door.
It definitely will.
Oh,
Kappa, you can see a strange rod-like structure on the lectern. And you make a wisdom saving throw, please. Oh man, that
Very
too.
nice.
Keppa, you also hear some whispers. Not really, no words per se, but a feeling of
Yearning.
sadness, of need, of want, and a a pull that you resist towards that strange rod-like wand-ish structure on the podium thing. You're not a music person, so you don't know the actual technical terms. So that's why I'm going with strange and weird.
Zorcius,
A.
when you came in here, did you feel something?
When we
Like,
entered the room, no.
no, when you got up there on the stand thing, did you feel like a want, a desire, a sadness? Like the feeling that I get when I'm hungry.
I had those feelings before we entered the room because of the music sheet, so I would say no, because I already had those feelings.
I felt a momentary yearning to do something here, up there, where you were standing. But I don't know what I would have been doing, but I feel like I had to do something.
Ooh.
But I don't know. But I don't want to do something I don't know. That's why I'm telling you. Because sometimes I do things and see right here is, yeah.
A.
So I don't know. I feel like something needs to be finished. This needs to be finished. Even if it won't help us with the door, I just...
A. So I could try to finish it just to see what happens, but it could be bad, is the question. So do we take the risk or not?
I don't sense danger, just sadness. I feel like you said you wanted to make sure you did the right thing, the right what you were supposed to do, but I feel like you will just know if you start. I can help you. I don't know how, but I feel I can. But I don't understand why, just that I know I can. I feel like we should.
What do you guys are all hearing this, right? Like, what do you guys think?
Oh, you don't hear anything. Trace, you
No,
don't hear
but I
anything.
hear them talk, right?
I mean, you only hear them talking. You don't hear anything else.
I'm not even paying attention to what they're talking about because I assume I'm still trying to find people I would possibly know in the audience who are dead.
I mean, again, there's hundreds of bodies roll the 7. You're going to be there a good hot while.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Leave me out of this, bro.
Alright. Wait.
I want to know what I'm looking for as the key.
Well, Zarsius, the only thing that I hear is you and Kat the Hin hobbling around about doing things. You're both magic people. Do the magic thing, or let's smash something, or get out of here because I'm bored.
Hey, right. I'm gonna try something. I suggest anyone that does not want to take part in this get off the stage, because it could affect everyone on the stage.
Well, hell, I'll stay just to see what happens.
Marigold gets her axe ready, and I'm going to kill anything that comes after me.
Right, let's hope this doesn't backfire. And I pick up the rod.
It's a baton. God damn it.
Yeah, it's very rod-like, okay?
That's what she said. Anyway.
You pick up the conductor's baton that is resting on the lectern at the front of the stage. Is that what I'm hearing? You? Boop.
Yep.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I want to start rolling my new character.
Alton pulls his crossbow.
I touch Zarsius and cast guidance.
Okay. Good to know. As soon as you pick that up, Alton, we're at the tail end of your detect magic, and it just explodes. I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw, Al.
Intelligence.
Just click intelligence. It'll pop if you want to do an ability check or saving throw. You click saving throw.
Initiative. No.
One on the right.
Intelligence. Saving throw. Normal.
16. Nice. So your brain doesn't explode as everything around you lights up with magic. Zarsius, you can hear this melody in the back of your mind. And just kind of instinctively, you twirl the baton. And all of you see the entire atmosphere shift and change. The chandeliers are hung. The lights are aglow. The people are all around you. You can still see their bodies on the ground, but their spirits are sitting there where their bodies fell, and they are enticed, excited as the orchestra and the people on the stage are in their chairs, all staring at Zarsius to begin conducting them. Zarsius, I need you to give me a performance check with advantage and guidance if you would like.
This is going to be my best performance ever.
The last one you
so.
ever do. 28. Fucking boom! Bitch, get out the way.
Damn.
Knocking that shit out of the fucking park. As you just begin to just move and your body twisting and the people on stage reacting to your performance, the orchestra launches into a hauntingly beautiful performance. Trace, even you stop what you were doing, as this is a song that you are strangely remembering. Villain has stopped messing around. Everybody's just watching and listening as Zarsius is getting really into it, getting one section up and going and bringing another down and having another section up and up and up and up. And Zarsius, another performance check, please. Just a regular roll.
Still 20.
Ooh. All of you, except for to include Zarsius, as the music has this crescendo-like experience, all of you have this falling sensation in the pit of your stomachs, as you can feel the city itself falling beneath you, as the magics that kept you afloat fail, and the city plunges, the music still going, the musicians playing through it all, the audience captive, listening perhaps for the last time. As the music reaches its crescendo. Sorry, Sis, I need you to make another performance check.
19. I was really hoping for it to land on that 15. It would have been a 30. 39. It would have been a 39 if it did.
As the sensation of falling ends, as the whole building shakes, as the bodies begin to fall once again on the floor, the instruments shattering and breaking, but the spectral versions of themselves still around, still alive, as Zarsius, full of sweat at this point, moving around in a way that none of you, not even himself, have ever done before. Something just taking over him, just possessing him as he's following this flow of music, as that melody that's just the back of your mind just overtakes it all, as you twist and twirl and the music crashing and going higher and just echoing all around, playing through the destruction of the city. Before you end. And the audience around you erupts with applauses and cheers as these spectral entities begin throwing down phantasmal black roses down upon the musicians and Zarsius, the conductor. Those of you that are still alive can see that these spectral entities begin to vanish one after another in pure delight and joy, before this building is once again the dark, cold, great music hall it once was. As Zarsius, you have learned the entirety of the Dark Between the Stars. A piece of music that any one person has only ever known a little bit to. You know it to completion. You also know that such a feat of music, in order to do it justice, would take the best of the best to perform. It is not something you could perform solo. You will need other musicians, a variety of instruments, but even just being able to copy that down into sheet music is amazing.
I do have a question. It's about knowledge that I know of potential things I can learn. Knowing that there's a spell that if I can eventually become powerful enough to cast it, would what is it? The programmed illusion, the epic, like high-level illusion spell, would that be able to perform this song for me? Because if I can pull that off, a bar that can play legendary music on command is pretty epic. I just have to survive.
So no, only because of the limitation. The piece of music lasts longer than 5 minutes. The entirety of it, as you're coming down from your high, you guys are. I mean, at least an hour has passed.
Okay, good to know.
So unless you're willing to invest a significant amount of money in items to program, like, 20 items that each do their own part, if you will, to just boom, 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 boom. But the spell by itself, no. You'll need an orchestra.
Good to know.
You could do a 5-minute part, I'll say, but I mean, who knows how good it'll do.
Yeah.
You use it as your demo track to attract investors, which then pay for the magic items.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Trace and Zarcius thinking long term.
Yep.
We just
that
have
was
to get out
that
of
was
here
above
soon.
table. Trace
Yes.
has no idea what any of this bloody means.
Like you're gonna live that long. Anyway,
Wow, but fair.
But we no longer have to open that door because I know the music. I don't need the sheet anymore. So forget the key. We can leave if we want.
All right. So where are we going next?
Trace, you have yet to find a face that looks familiar.
Ooh,
Keep looking until I'm addressed.
when we
Oh.
could see all the ghostly figures, would that have helped them find it? Because they would have been
More
animated
animated.
and moving around.
Unfortunately, they were too captivated by the music to look around. So I said even Trace stopped what he was doing.
Yeah. I tried to help.
You did. And hey, you touched a rod thing that didn't immediately kill you or spew weirdness out of the end of it.
Mm-hmm. In fact, it was the one time that Kappa convinced me to do something that wasn't terrible.
I'm hungry.
That was actually unexpectedly great. I appreciate your convincing of me, Kappa. We spent a long time here. We should probably
we should go.
leave.
We should go eat something. I'm with Kappa. We need to have food.
I mean, Trace looks like he's still looking around. You guys want to have a meal here while Trace finishes what he's doing? We can do that, and then head off to the next tower, I presume, because there was another tower not too far away.
Yeah, there was a tower like behind us, right?
So, while the music was lovely, do you think that since this place is a music hall and had the strange pipes going up and out, that the entirety of Yithrin heard the music?
I
Says Dylan.
was I was debating that, which is why I think we should leave, but at the same time, if we leave immediately, that could... I don't know if it's better to leave immediately when there could be someone waiting outside because they heard it, or wait a little while.
And give them time to catch up.
Yeah, which would give them time to catch up. I don't know which one's worse.
Well, we only have so much supplies before we, die of starvation down here. So let's keep moving.
All right. I'm okay to move because a lot of things could show up outside.
Trace, are you ready to go, or are you Still looking around.
Response: if everyone else is willing to leave, I am also willing to leave.
Yeah, I think we need to go.
Yeah.
So coming out of the shoe building. I'm gonna make him bigger. Needs to be bigger so we can
We
fucking
can
see
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
All right, team. Where to nowsies? You guys to be here. Why not just using cheat mode? Cheat mode activated.
Wait. So I'm thinking we go to this other tower, but
We go
what are you
to
guys'
that.
thoughts?
Is that a light on the top of it?
Yeah, that's one of the towers you guys saw because of the light. You go towards orange-tipped tower.
Yes. That's the one that's right behind us, right? Yeah.
Well, making your way. Let's have everybody give me active perception checks, please. At this point, you would be after the loud noises. Mm-hmm.
You want the full cooked one?
Yes, sir. Always your. God damn you! Fuck off the die trace.
Well, if there was something hidden, it's no longer.
I only have him roll because I hope he rolls double botches. I just want double botches. I wonder if I can create a world script that would hook into anytime Trace rolls a d20 to make it just always end up as a 1.
I would just take my passive.
No, you don't get to take your passive.
Why not? It's
Because
only
I said
27.
active checks. Fuck you. Anywho's, before I started cursing Trace out as per usual, a couple things you guys do see. All of you now see at least within 100 feet. Not any real closer, not any real further, but there's like anywhere from 30 to 50 singular green eyes staring at you. And off over here is that strange thing that is one color, and then another color, and then another color, and another color. Just there. Doesn't seem to be moving. Do you still go towards that tower? Or is there another plan? You totes can. It's up to you. Those green eye things just are watching you.
They're not coming at us?
Well, they don't appear to be.
As we walk towards that tower?
I'm asking, are you walking towards the tower? Knowing what you know now about the green eyes watching you and whatever the multicolored thing is close to the tower, doesn't seem to be moving away from you.
Is it just an orb of light, or
You can't tell.
What exactly?
It's just something that keeps changing color.
And it's close to the tower right now, right?
Correct.
And it's not moving. It's stationary.
Currently, yes.
I mean, it's
Um,
worth going towards the tower, then, in my opinion.
If we move like not any closer to it. But like, if we collectively were to move away from it slightly, would it follow us?
It does not.
It's just stationary there.
Correct.
Oh. It may be watching us, but it's not threatening us. At least not yet.
And we can keep going towards the tower, and
If anything changes, then we
Just to
accommodate
give you
it.
guys
that's what I
a
was thinking.
representation of where this thing is. Not that this is it. I'm just using a token, guys.
Mhm.
Okay.
I wish there's a way to make it flash different colors. Make it light animate. Oh, let's that down. Nothing apparently. Damn it.
Seems legit.
I was hoping
Oh.
the chroma light animation would, have it be
Flash
Okay.
different colors.
yeah.
A party strobe?
Yeah,
I know it probably doesn't matter, but I'm going to mention it anyway. The conductor's baton did go into my backpack. I didn't just leave it there.
Okay.
It did teach me a song. I'm keeping it.
Okay. Let's go to chroma. What have to give it light?
Anyway, are we heading towards the tower or not?
I'm willing to continue towards the tower.
Yeah. But I'm going to keep an eye on the... There we go.
There we go.
We're going to keep an eye on the green eyes that are watching us, though. And see if they fall back, if they attack, if they come forward. We'll reevaluate if that happens.
Okay. So you guys are getting closer to the tower and keeping an eye on the strange eyeball things. Is that my understanding correctly?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as you get closer, Trace, you would be the one to notice this first. Everybody else, because of the light, you're not able to really tell too much, but Trace has broken vision. Trace, with your broken vision, you can tell that thing that has the light definitely doesn't have a body. And it's not so much that it is light, but that every now and then a bit of light comes up from it and shines into a symbol above it. And it's the symbol that is glowing. Trace, give me an Arcana check. Oh,
What does it say? Eat at Joe's?
how did you know? What you got, Trace? What you got?
Interesting.
Is information available?
Information is always available, but
But is it shareable?
it's shareable. But I gotta think for a second how I want to share this information.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Inquiry. Villain, may I speak with Professor Scant?
Interesting.
Out of instinct, I cast Mage Hand.
I mean, Professor Scant is kind of just like always out, so talk to him however you want or whenever you want.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this first before I ask Professor Scant this question. Is this anything that I would have even remotely seen before?
So yes, but unfortunately you failed that check 2 sessions ago and have no idea anymore.
Coolio.
Yep.
Inquiry, Professor Scant. Do you know of anything that exists in Yithrin that is a floating skull that has runes of each school of magic that denote their primary color for that school?
I mean, like, wasn't the guy who used to run this place like some famous lich dude?
Response. Please provide clarification. I didn't understand what you said. You say it again?
Wasn't the guy who used to run this place a powerful undead lich dude?
Apparently, I already failed that check, so I wouldn't know, would I?
Unfortunately not.
Response. Unknown. Perhaps it would be... Perhaps it would be best if we avoided the floating skull, which is the source of those colors of light.
Okay.
A, if it has anything to do with like the other skulls we've seen, or a lich, then yeah, I would say we avoid it.
So where do you want to go?
Yeah.
So it's definitely not. While it is a skull, it's not on fire like those other ones were. The skull itself doesn't glow, but every couple of seconds, the symbol above it changes to represent another school of wizarding magic, and the rune is the dominant color for that school.
But it's still a flying skull, and somebody just mentioned a lich.
No. I just want to make sure you're understanding. It's not a fire.
Uh-huh.
Loading skulls are typically bad.
I would agree.
Alton, give me a perception check, please. Uh, 13. You're not entirely sure, but you're fairly, because you're kind of paying, you specified what you're paying attention to. You're fairly certain that behind you there's a lot more emerald eyes.
Okay. I share that with everybody else. I share that feeling.
So just based off of everybody else's kind of passive looking around, it looks like there's a bunch of eyeballs here, a bunch of eyeballs here, and all over this building.
So they are pretty much surrounding us.
So
What you're saying is that towards the skull there are none.
Correct.
Yes. And around
You are
us.
definitely being herded.
Yeah, this trying to drive us to the skull.
So do you think it's a better idea to force our way through these things or just go towards the skull?
Response.
Probably not a good idea to go the way they want us to go.
Response. If the skull is the Lich and the former leader of Yithrin, perhaps it would behoove us to speak with him, as he would probably like control of the city back from the Frostmaiden.
Right, so one says yes, one says no. What's your vote, Kappa? Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Kappa, you fought 4 of these things once, and I mean, you guys made it through okay, but not unscathed. And now there's like 100 plus.
Yeah, that's what he's doing in his life.
Oh, shit.
As much as every count of my being that says walk towards the floating skull, Race does have a point. So, I'm gonna die.
Alright, 2 skull, 1 no. Anyone else have any strong opinions one way or the other?
Well, if it's dead, I can potentially control it, depending on how powerful it is.
Right, so I'm gonna say that's 3 for skull, 1 for no. That's... Fuck it, I say skull, that's the majority. Let's go for skull.
All right.
Okay. So you all
Grace, I hope
collectively,
you can talk to it.
as the group, make your way towards this tower where this skull is floating. How close do you get to it?
Until Trace can talk to it.
10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet?
I'm going to regret this decision, but I will walk 10 feet in front of it.
Okay.
I will be 10 feet behind Trace.
Marigold is
I'll
right
be-
there next to Trace Axe out.
I'll be standing next to Xerxes.
Yeah.
Villain and Professor Scant are also there.
And Alden has his crossbow out.
The skull looks as much as a skull can at all of you. Cocks a little bit. And again, the skull's changing from conjuration to transmutation. And then to war, evocation, illusion. If you're trained in Arcana, give me an Arcana check. Let's see if you can identify the next symbol. Only if you're trained in Arcana.
Yep.
19. Sorry, Spock. Yeah, you are. The next school of magic is one that you've literally only read about. Graviturgy. Never met a Graviturgy wizard before.
Nope.
But the skull doesn't seem to react any other way. What do you guys do? And by the way, the eyes are, yes, still behind you.
Did they get close? Did they continue to corral us as we move forward, or did it still stay the original distance?
There are less of them, but they are
Are they closer?
not closer. Still, again, with about 100-ish feet. Their corralling stance is wider now, though. Whereas before, you had this. Where's the mouse? There it is. You had the smaller U section that they were kind of corralling you in. Now, since you guys are more like here, it's a much larger section, if you will. But they just sit there, watching. What do you do?
Okay. Has Trace talked to it yet?
I have a question. Do I remember what the leader of Yithrin would have been called?
Unfortunately, no.
Not the name, but the title.
Both of those are too connected to what the center tower is. And that's what you failed your check on. So no.
Okay.
They are named similarly.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just take a shot in the dark.
Okay.
Then. In Netherese, of course. Inquiry, are you the administrator?
Which, this language, Zarcius, you of course understand. The rest of you do not. And the floating skull does not respond. Just floats there as the arcane room changes again. This time divination.
I will try and common this time. Same question.
Few seconds. No response. The rune changes to necromancy.
I'm gonna walk up right next to the skull and wait for it to turn to evocation. As long as it doesn't become hostile, I'm gonna wait for it to turn to evocation and then touch it, cast light, just to see what happens. Because light is evocation, and I want to see if there's a reaction.
I don't follow Zarcius up there.
I don't follow Zarcius.
While we're waiting for it to get back around the horn to
Yeah.
evocation, in Netherese again, I'll be like, inquiry, what is your designation?
Some very specific rules about this creature, so I'm trying to figure out what it does with this.
This is why I specified if it's not hostile and waiting for evocation. Because I feel like if I do the wrong thing, it's gonna be bad.
It's going to be bad. That's why I'm not shooting it.
That's why I didn't follow you.
Okay. All right. I can get behind that.
It kills us all.
Probably.
Get ahead of yourself.
Okay. So Trace still no response to you. Zarcius, the rune eventually goes around, changing back to evocation magic, and then you cast light on the skull. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have to touch the object?
Yes, that's why I walked up to it.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so you cast light on the skull successfully. Light goes off, and then it's gone, and the skull just looks at you. She's looking at you.
In Natharies, was that helpful or pointless?
Skull stops looking at you and looks back at the rest of the party. It begins to float away.
Ooh. I have no idea what happened there, or if I helped or hurt it, or I don't know anything.
Or is it leading us?
What happened to the Nodex behind us? Nodix. Are they corralling us further or not?
Nope.
Are they?
Nope.
They're.
There's a few
Are they
now.
still there?
There's less. There's a few that are still watching you, but there's less now.
Wait, so before it gets too far away, do we chase after it or just go in the tower?
Response.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should follow it. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? Does it seem like it's leading us somewhere, or did it just meander off and it's a random pattern, or was it very direct?
Those that would like to figure out its intent can give me an insight check.
Hey, let's hope for a good roll.
Yeah.
At least Trace got a good one.
Damn, guys, all of you. The best that you guys can gather, even the big 2-6, 2-7 there. It doesn't seem like it's leading you. It seems more like it's watching you. And based off of it kind of floating away and the Nothix kind of backing off, it doesn't consider you a threat.
I will take that as good news, and that we can enter the tower without interference.
Response. I concur with this statement.
Okay. I'm gonna stay down here by the door and just see what everything goes on around while you guys go up. If you hear me running up the steps and screaming, you'll know something bad happened.
I don't think we should split up. Anytime we split up, somebody dies, or they almost die, or they have to use really powerful magics to get themselves out of a situation and are in a pool of blood at my feet. We should just stick together.
I disagree. Because Trace went off multiple times off his own and made it back without using magic or being almost dead.
I have yet to see Trace bleed.
Still proves the point that it doesn't always end badly.
You're right. Only those of us that breathe and need to eat, whenever we split up, come back broken and half dead.
Inquiry. Do we need to keep bickering outside the tower, or can we just go inside?
So
No,
let's
we need
check
to
the
keep
Fetter's...
bickering out here because I don't think Alton should be staying outside by himself.
Response. We did find him in a room trapped in stasis by himself. Perhaps we will trap himself in stasis again and be perfectly safe for another 1,000 years.
Okay, I'll go with you.
You just... Thank you, Trace. So, coming up to the tower itself, as the tower rises before you, very, very straight. Straight as an arrow, you could even say. There is a faint light that shines from the spire's highest, now that you guys are closer, window. And you can see that there are hairline cracks that creep up the walls like ivy. Do you go inside?
Yeah.
Excellent. As you go inside, the tower's interior walls are sculpted with impressions of humanoid forms pressing out from within, clawing hands and howling faces captured in stone forever. So it looks like things are trying to come out of the walls but are stuck in.
Question, just for visual aid, this looks like Han Solo frozen in carbonite, correct?
Exactly.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that's not creepy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Just get your thermal detonators ready.
Wait, I think I still have one. I have one. One left for today. I have one thermal detonator left for today.
Use it to threaten Jabba, we'll be fine. So, what else is here on the first floor besides all the Han Solo creepy carbonite frozen people? Is there a staircase? Is there a reception desk? Some light refreshments, possibly?
2,000-year-old vending machines.
A trapdoor in the middle that leads to a rancor.
5,000-year-old egg salad vending machine sandwich. Don't eat it. That's how
You
get
can
worms.
see that there are stairs leading up.
But other than
and
that, it's
the-
just
the-
the creepy visages.
The creepy visages.
Okay. I guess we go up.
Hey,
Well, wizards. No, never mind. Keep that to myself.
Going up the stairs, you come to a set of double doors that have a hole in the center where the doors would be, where the doors meet, where there is still a key.
now you can't blame me anymore, Trace. I know in your mind you are blaming me for the key thing. No more.
Inquiry. Why would I blame you?
Because I'm the one that blew the tower up, alright?
You did what?
Don't worry about it.
You told me that you didn't do that.
Self-destructed.
Because I didn't
You
mean to do it.
Lied to me?
You know, I lie to you all the time. It's just you don't catch me very often.
That was
Oh,
the best thing the entire session right there.
Okay.
Oh my. Oh my.
All right. Hmm.
Hey, you lied to the whole family when you left that note saying you were leaving. Yeah, that was a big fat lie. So,
I left.
but you didn't go where you said you were going.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Are there any symbols on this rune? Key, doohickey. Does it virtually look the same as the last one, or is it a bit different?
Looks virtually the same. It's a little bit bigger than your hand. It's got a gem in the center on one end, on one side, whereas the other side has what looks like rotating parts.
And nothing's lit up, correct?
Nothing's lit up. Seems like the charge for this one has been long gone.
Inquiry. Does
does the
anyone
door
know
open?
any transmutation magic?
So, before all that, will the door open?
Inquiry. Does anyone know any transmutation magic?
Oh, are you gonna try to open the door?
Sure.
How do you try to open the door, Alton?
Well, we'll just push on it.
Nothing happens.
Inquiry. Does anyone
Oh.
know any transmutation magic?
I can do prestidigitation, but if I remember correctly, it'll take a few castings to get it to open. But I mean, I can do that over and over again. So
Response. Last time I had to use a third. Well, not that I would know. I had to cast a fairly significant spell to open the door.
Does it have to be transmutation? I can do one thing that is from that school, but it is significant energy to do.
I think the only type of magic we tried was transmutation, and since it worked without anything bad happening, that's why we're referring to that first. But if we all take a step back and you want to try a different school of magic, I'm willing to let you try it.
Response. If it isn't broken, why try and fix it?
Well, I'll do one. I guess. So, transmutation?
Response. Correct. Focus the spell into the disc.
Okay. I cast Thorn Whip and just kind of snap at the hole. Ah.
Okay. So it's not the hole, it's the disc itself that they're telling you to focus the magic into. And so you kind of have to hold on to it and spin that magic, forcing the energy into the disc.
Oh, I thought I was going to like a towel whip it, but okay, that'll work.
If you want to towel whip it, nothing's going to happen. Because you've spent the magic then to create the whip and smack the gemstone, which doesn't do anything.
Well, I wasn't given much guidance. I just said, transmutation, okay. Towel whip.
Except that Trace did say that you have to direct the magic into the thing, which is why I'm trying to go this way.
Okay,
so you can try the thorn whip thing, doesn't work. Then you do what Trace says to do, and the gem begins to very, 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 very faintly glow. And you figure you're going to be here a really long time casting cantrip level magic of transmutation into this thing.
Right.
Does anyone else? I have more, but I don't.
Dylan goes, let me try something. She comes over, she puts her hand over it, and you just see a bunch of frost gather about her hand as she injects magic into this thing, and it gets absorbed. And she goes, "Well, it's not specifically transmutation. If I had to guess, I'd say it matters how much energy you put into it. That is what I would call a minor magic, and it seemed to absorb the arcane energies. So perhaps a bit more powerful magics would give it a certain number of usages.
Hey, I don't have a lot of strong magic left today, so if somebody else has more than I do, have at it.
Well, I'm curious enough. And she will use a personal spell slot to essentially give the key one charge. So the gemstone seems to be glowing.
Right?
So you want... So on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you think is a good range that I should try here, Darcy?
I think with the way it's glowing, we should be able to open the door, so you should be alright for now, Kappa.
I think perhaps we try to charge this before we rest for the evening, and we gather our own energies to see if it'll hold the charge for at least a usable period of time. Maybe we can tell if it degrades.
Hey, it's a good idea. Worth testing before we go to rest, but not before we know if we're going to be fighting anything today, which means we wait until later.
Response. We can figure this out before we rest. Perhaps we should open the door. And I'll go to turn it. Like we did with the previous one.
Sure. Put the thing in, gem side down, and you give it a turn. And you guys can see that as Trace turns that, the front facing of this disc, this again about yay big disc, there are different patterns on on this disc, and it looks like the disc itself is maybe 3 or 4 rings that twist and turn. And as he turns this, the rings in the center start to shift and move before lining up a specific way. And you can see that as they do, the grooves of the pattern start lighting up with the energy, and the energy then shoots into the door, and just the door itself has also some sort of scribe lines to it that also begins to light with this energy before the door itself completely gets outlined. And then as one door cracks open, there's a suction of air as though the room before was completely sealed. And that glow dims down as the doors open. You can see that still lit on a table appears to be a candle that, who knows how long it's been here, how long it's been lit, but it's definitely the orange color you guys were seeing as you can see the window. Inside this room, you see a statue of what looks to be an elven woman, just judging by physical appearance of this particular individual. If you're trained in nature or arcana, give me a check, please. Whichever of those you want, nature or arcana, trained in it, give me a check. Ooh, Kappa. Kappa, you recognize you recognize what the statue is made out of. The statue is an adamantine statue. And it's definitely not something carved. There's no tool marks, much like how you found the ice statues of the Frostmaiden. This appears to be some kind of perfectly maybe transformed, transmuted, maybe? Individual into a complete adamantine statue. Now, you do find the statue is on its side and has cracked into, not the statues are cracked, but has cracked into the wall. And on the wall, carved into Draconic, those of you that can read Draconic, understand it to say, 8 stand firm in thy circle of death and consume. And then there's this woman's head shattering the last bit.
What? Never mind.
I will copy
Never mind.
I will word vomit.
What does the statue appear like she's doing?
Damn.
It looks like she's almost like she was casting something on herself. Trace, if you want to give me a history roll with advantageous. $17. You know exactly who this is. High Transmuter Met Ultra.
Can I get a copy pasta for
yes,
that?
Yes, I will be more than happy to word vomit that.
Information is available.
The leading transmutation specialist of Ythryn.
I believe this to be High Transmuter Met Ultra. She was the leading transmuter in the city of Ythryn.
What did a transmuter do?
Response. Transmute material from one type into another.
So she turned like lead into gold?
Response. Yes. That would have been one of the things she could do.
More flesh into adamantine.
So she turned herself into a statue?
Response. From her body language, yes, it would seem so that she did. Probably to stave off the impending doom of Ythryn plummeting to the earth.
Aye. Sounds plausible.
So,
can anyone try to fix this crack? Looks like she fell on the part of what is inscribed here.
Yeah. Because I don't know what the remainder of the inscription says.
Well, I don't have any magic that can fix the wall, but it maybe if we move her off the wall, then anyone that could fix it could try.
Okay.
Can
we move it?
Pretty sure, Marigold, we're gonna need your help to move her because it's. I mean, a metal statue.
Nice.
Um,
When there's something heavy to move, then you want to be honest and forthright. But
I
otherwise,
was honest and forthright.
um, I could, if I could find a pry bar, I could help. But I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. I'll try.
come on, Mirren. Let's move the statue so they can see if there's anything else there. She begrudgingly uses her great axe as the pry bar between the two of them. Shift the statue of the woman over.
Okay. Now can we read the rest of it?
Nope. Crushed and destroyed. Anybody have a way of repairing it?
Anyone got mending cantrip or anything like that?
I can make stone, but I can't fix stone.
Uh,
Let's see.
I can't fix it.
Sorry, Barrett. Professor Scant says, yeah, like mending, or those of you who like worship people, you like ask your god on it, or some kind of like divining magics. Anybody know like divination or something? Ask a question, get an answer.
Not legally. I have one that just helps you a little bit. That's. You think that'll
No.
work?
All I have is detect magic.
I think the only one that has anything like that would be Mirin, because you have a god that you get your powers from, right?
I mean, tomorrow maybe.
I.
But then I would have to no longer be able to put a ward against death on people.
Have you even been doing that?
I've been using that high magics for, like my mass words of encouragement to bring some of you people on the ground back up. So no, I haven't been able to use the high magics for that particular situation, but it's still the same level of magics, if you will. And still
So,
another ring off my tail.
Out of character. So do we typically know what schools our spells are in general?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So when Scan said divination, like, I have one that's easy to cast.
So Scant was actually talking about divination, the actual spell divination.
Oh, okay.
Not specifically a school, but something where you could ask a question and get, in this case, an answer like what was the word before it was broken. So
I
that
gotcha.
kind of situation. Which you do have.
Yeah, I do.
Sure do. 4th level spell. You'd have to rest just like Mirrored.
They,
I have a
I mean-
question.
I have an answer.
Trace has been looking around this room.
Has he?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna preface that. Is there anything on the floor?
Yeah. You want to give me a look around the room check?
Well, I was going to be very specific in my question about what I was
Oh,
looking for. Would
what are
like
you
me to do that
looking
first?
for? What are you looking
Is-
for?
Is there a circle on the floor?
A circle on the floor?
Yes.
Circle of runes, or
Like-
just a circle?
Like, for instance, I'm just spitballing here.
Uh-huh.
Like, if we stood the statue back up like the correct way, from
Mhm.
whence it was faced, like where it fell and hit the wall, if we stood it back up the correct direction, is there a circle around the statue on the floor?
No.
Okay. But okay, now let's see what else is on the floor. What would you like me to roll for that?
Investigation roll, please. Nine! So other than some dust, shattered bits of flooring, things that were probably something way back in the day that are just too far gone, broken, destroyed, you do find a kind of in some rubbish, a small leather bag. Do you wish to open said bag?
Yeah. Of course I do.
Cool. You find the bag appears to be full of beans. Multitude of multicolored beans. These are definitely not normal beans. Could you please roll me 3d4? You find a bag of 8 beans.
What colors are these beans?
Well, you'll find out whenever you use them.
I mean, I'm currently looking at them.
They
What
are multicolored.
Like each bean is multiple different colors.
Correct.
Okay, that's all right. They're rainbow beans then.
The rainbow beans. It's a D100 table. Depending on what you roll when you toss them, is depending on what kind of bean it is.
All right, look,
You want to
I
add
was
a
a
bag
little
of beans to your
confused.
sheet?
I thought you just meant there was like a bunch of beans. They were all different colors.
Yeah.
Not that these beans themselves were multiple different colors.
Yeah, the beans themselves are multi. You find a bag of 8 beans that are multicolored.
Sweet. Is this on my character sheet now, or should I just
No,
add it?
just go ahead and add bag of beans to your sheet.
Sack o' beans.
Bag of beans.
I want it to be a sack.
And just mark that you have 8 beans. And when you go to toss a bean or do something with a bean, roll a d100 and see what that cool bean does.
Just don't flick the bean.
Right, you're not supposed to
What?
flick the bean.
How else am I supposed to use the bean?
Gently. With great
Attention to
care.
it.
That's correct.
I'm confused. They're just beans, bro.
They
Nurture
are
it.
never just beans. Never.
Right, so, about how long have we been, like walking and traveling and investigating today?
I mean, you guys still have a few hours yet before it's anywhere near a long rest time.
Right, just trying to figure out how long we've been going because it's been multiple sessions. So, Hey.
So, what's her name? Because we named her Villain. Villain will say, well, since it starts with 8th, I wonder if there are at least 8 towers. If they will each have a different saying to them. Maybe that's some sort of key to this place.
hey, that's a good point.
Will someone write this down?
Are there 8 towers?
I mean, from what we could see, there were we could see like at least like 4 or 5. So I mean, the city's massive, so I'm assuming there's more than just that, though.
Inquiry. How many School of Magics are there? Really, that was kind of directed at Villain and Scant.
So,
Probably
Villain would tell you that there are 8 core schools of magic. That there are other schools that manipulate energies of the 8 in different ways. But that the 8 core would be abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, and then gesturing around herself, transmutation. So perhaps each tower that we're looking for represents one of the main schools?
Inquiry. Do you believe that this phrase deals with transmutation, or would it more likely reflect necromancy?
More than likely transmutation, because she did that to herself.
Response.
Excuse me.
I believe that the High Transmuter did do this to herself, but to my base knowledge, transmutation has nothing to do with the Circle of Death.
I don't know.
I don't either, but I find it odd that someone as advanced in transmutation would not be in their tower. That would be in a necromantic tower. And with the shapes coming out of the walls of the bodies and things, that could easily be done with transmutation magics. I would think that necromancy magic, we'd have more death and decay.
Response. I am not saying that this is not the transmutation tower. I believe it probably would be. I am saying that this message is not intended for this tower.
I don't know. Until we know the full phrase, we can't really make any assumptions.
Well, do we continue on to another tower and come back here when we have a way of fixing the phrase? Or do we waste an entire day here?
I think we should head to the next tower, because we can't fix the phrase right now, and we can't help the statue right now. We can't do anything about that either. So there's no point in sticking around, in my opinion. And if other towers have messages, having more information when we do get the rest of this one might help anyway.
Response. I agree. Perhaps we can assist High Transmuter, and she can assist us against the Frostmaiden.
If we can figure out a way to free her from her situation, that would come in handy, I think.
My brain cramped. I couldn't decide if I wanted to say Oral or Frostmaiden.
Well,
Just so everyone's aware, if we need specific magics, like different schools of magic for specific things, I know almost at least one spell for every school of magic except for one, but the one I don't know, I know for a fact that Villain has me covered, because necromancy is not in my wheelhouse.
I definitely have you covered there. That is my school of speciality.
I don't specialize in anything, but I do have a little bit of knowledge in everything.
Response. Then perhaps we should investigate all of the towers.
I agree.
Well, there was the one tower kind of to the north of the Lightning Stadium. Or I did see some strange magics coming from a tower to the east of here.
Yeah, the one that Darcy said he wanted to look at because it had all that stuff
That-
going on outside.
That was above table because Zarcius couldn't see that. I just saw that on the on the map.
Ah,
Response. I do believe I saw a tower to the northeast as well. There is also the historical building on the way back to the other tower we could investigate as well. That is north of the Chain Lightning Stadium.
If it's a historical building, is it like a museum where they held items of importance, or like just a place where they studied history kind of thing?
Response. I do not remember. I just remember it was of some historical importance, but I cannot remember the name.
well, which way takes us closer to the things with the mouths in the stomach?
Closer.
Just by pure chance. If I look out the window, could I see the tappers?
No, you do not.
Okay. Response. The tower north of the Chain Lightning Stadium is closer to the location of the tappers.
Then we need to go the other way. That's my vote.
I'm kind of leaning towards going to the historic building just to see what's there, and then going to the tower in that direction. But if everyone else wants to go the other way, that's fine.
Response. It does not matter to me one way or the other. Perhaps it would be good to know the location of the tappers in case they are coming after us. Although I believe we would feel the ground shaking before then.
Right, so one vote for one way, one vote for another, and one that says doesn't really care but kind of wants to go towards the direction I do.
Well,
Inquiry. Perhaps Kappa has some input.
On what? Sorry, I was thinking about dinner.
Inquiry.
which
Would you
direction
prefer
we
to
want to
go-
go?
To the northeast tower, or would you like to go to the west and investigate the historical building and then the tower north of the Chain Lightning Stadium?
In other words, the one that's going back towards the creatures with the big mouths in their stomachs. Or would you like to go the other way?
Not the way with the creatures in the stomach. Whatever way that they are, I'm going the other way.
Hmm.
I am a person that would rather eat food than be food.
That's my opinion. But I'll go wherever.
I'm with Kappa, but if everybody decides to go the other way, I'll be with you.
Alright. Mirren, Marigold, and Villain, You guys are leaning one way or the other, or not caring?
Well, this entire place is Yithrin, which is my goal, so I really don't care. Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to be eaten, so not towards the mouths.
Well, I think that already makes it the majority then, which means we're going away from the mouths.
Okay.
All right. So, headed where, team? Going back down the stairs,
Yes.
headed where?
Towards this tower.
Okay. All right. So, as you all come over to this tower, it looks as though the tower is covered in eyes. And each of you believe the eyes are following you.
Like just eyeballs.
Yes, just eyeballs in the tower, and they appear to be creepily watching you.
Okay.
And as you come to the front here, the door is partially ajar.
Right. Since this place is so creepy, and the door is already cracked,
Is that like a mist that's surrounding it?
You don't see any mist surrounding it. That's just a cool effect this map has.
Okay.
Let's not mince words. I'll just walk up and open the door the rest of the way.
I
Excellent.
was going to ask if you wanted to turn invisible and sneak in and look around first.
Do you go inside?
Yeah, I used to live here. I'm not too afraid of just strolling into the joint.
Does anybody quickly follow him, or you just kind of wait and see what happens to Trace?
No, I'll go with him.
Excellent. Anybody else going in with him?
I'm gonna count to 10 real slowly
So I got,
and see what happens.
I got Zarcy standing outside. Villain's gonna go. So 3 are going in immediately. And then I guess
wait till they.
go ahead,
I'm
Cap.
gonna wait till they. Well, I'm gonna wait till they get about 15 feet in.
Okay. So I got 3 going in immediately and 4 basically staying outside to see what the fuck happens. Cool. The 3 go in immediately. Those people staying outside don't see them anymore. They completely disappear. The 3 that go in, as soon as you take a step inside, a kind of mist. No, yeah, now there's fucking mist, guys. A kind of mist surrounds you, and haunting sounds fill the air. You hear heartbeats and sobbing and ragged, gasping breaths.
Is it like a baby sobbing? A woman?
Yes.
A man?
Yes. Yes.
All of that.
It is.
General
What-
malaise and lamenting.
It is whatever you imagine it to be. It is a manifestation of your worst fears. And I need 3 of you to make a
What's my worst fear?
whatever Trace thinks of.
It's the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man.
It's Yithrin never existing.
Wisdom saving throws. If you have advantage against magical effects, now would be the time to use it. Otherwise, 3 of you, Alton, Trace, and Villain, need to make wisdom saving throws.
Cha-ching.
Fuck off, Trace. Fuck off and die.
Alright, I'll see y'all never.
Finally, a failure. Yes. Where's Villain? I hope she fails too.
I feel like she should have. I'm gonna regret this, but I feel like she should have disadvantage because she's paranoid right now.
You're 100% correct.
Still not bad.
Still not
Hey.
bad.
This is cast at what? Are you kidding me? Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Which means
Four,
I'm dead,
Not
guys.
cool.
5, 6,
Not
7,
cool.
8. Okay. So first of all, actually, where's Alton's character? I think he might get something against this, which would suck for me. But hey,
Isn't he a halfling?
yes, he's a fucking
Yes.
halfling. You get
Yeah, don't they get
advantage.
resistance
Roll
to fear
again,
effects?
halfling.
Yeah.
Roll against Mr. Brave. And if you could just fail again, that'd be super.
Wisdom saving throw, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh,
Failed again. Excellent. Let's see. So first of all, you have the frightened condition. And second of all, you take an obscene amount of psychic damage as your worst fears in this mist come to life. Now for Trace and for Villain, the mist clears and you see stairs leading up. But for poor Alton, you take
Yeah.
43 points of psychic damage.
Ouch.
ow.
And you are frightened. And you are just curled up.
One hell of a hit.
And unfortunately can't do anything anymore. Those of you who are outside, you do hear Alton scream. And then go eerily quiet.
Is that a pain
Trace
or
and
a
Villain, you
death
don't
scream?
see Alton, but you do see stairs that go up. So Villain looks over at you, has Professor Scant in hand, and proceeds going up the stairs.
I look at her and we do that shrug thing, and then we just keep going.
Yep.
What do the walls look like in here?
The walls in this one are bare. Nothing on
Just like stone, metal, same Netherese metal stuff.
the
Everything's
same
made out of.
Netherese interior. Smooth. The strange eyes were outside. Aren't in here. And stairs going up. And you can just make out some kind of purple light at the end of the spiral staircase. as you and Villain proceed up the stairs, Zarsius and Kappa, what are you two doing?
So we heard a scream.
Mhm.
We're seeing creepy eyes stare at us.
Yep.
And we can't see our friends that are inside.
Affirmative.
This is very creepy. It's starting to scare me. So I'm going to do something that I am great at, and that's play music. But this particular song is to help me, and those are within 30 feet of me that can hear me, not be afraid. Because I have counter charm, which gives you advantage on charm and frightened conditions. So as long as I'm playing this music, everyone within 30 feet should have advantage, and I'm going to be like, all right, it's time to go inside, and trying to not seem scared and walk inside.
Excellent. Kappa, what are you doing? Are you going in? You staying out?
Yeah, I'll follow Zarsius.
All right. Well, Marigold and Mirren walk in as the mist surrounds the last four of you. You do still hear Zarsius' music, so wisdom saving throws at advantage for the four of you. And if you could please massively fail, would be excellent. Come on, Marigold, fucking fail. Kappa succeeds, Marigold fails, Zarsius succeeds. Where is Mirren? Wisdom saving throw advantage. Fuck me. Everybody, just Marigold. Alright, well, Marigold. 6, 7, 8. $43, huh? I like. Apparently, I like that number 43.
Yeah, well, I don't.
So again,
probably pretty close to
Kappa and Zarsius, you walk in, and the mist comes up around, and you hear the heartbeats, the sobbing, and the ragged, gasping breaths, and the illusions of your worst fear come into life around you. Psychic energy begins to invade your mind. That little tune in the back of your head seems to help you resist any kinds of effects. And Kappa, Zarsius, and Mirren, you pass through. You do not see Alton. You do not see Marigold. But you do see about halfway up the tower, Villain and Triss.
Hey,
Where's your sister?
Where's that other guy as well? He's not here. I'm going to hate this.
Did we hear her scream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then just like what happened when you heard Alton scream, it quickly gone.
I'm going to continue playing the song, hoping that they can still hear it. I'm going to yell out, please resist whatever's happening. I'm staying here looking for Marigold, hoping that she comes out soon.
Okay. Kappa, what are you going to do?
I'll go towards Trace and
Going up?
going up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have Mirren stay down with Zarsius because I don't feel like dragging him around with people who are here. All right, so Trace and Villain, you get up to the top of the stairs, if you will. Another door.
Pull out the circular key thing that I brought with me.
Which has been depleted.
Well, you know what? I'll just go ahead and bite the bullet. And I'll blow my 3rd level spell slot. And cook that into it.
That purple light that you were seeing, you can see are 2 sconces on either side of this door. which seemed to be flickering with purple flame that just had never gone out. Almost as though it was a continual flame that just was never put out.
Almost like an orange candle that was in another tower we happen to have seen.
You know, it reminiscent.
Amazing.
And you know, strangely enough, that color purple. You remember that the skull that shifted out the arcane symbol for illusion was purple.
Wild.
Transmutation was orange. Crazy.
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 Yeah, that black one, that's the one you should be worried about.
I'm sure it's fine, guys.
It's probably necromancy. Don't worry about
it. It's fine. we're not talking about that right now. Sorry, it's cheaper.
Yeah, we're busy doing other things, like unlocking a door with the key that I just
There you go.
charged up. Yeah.
Charging the key. Boppity boop. Same strange sensation. As the door opens, you find yourself into a 30-foot roundish room. The inside also has purple sconces of continual flame. You can see that inside this room, on the far wall, is more script in draconic words.
Inquiry, villain. Can you read Draconic? Or, I'm sorry, I don't know what Draconic necessarily looks like. Can you read this script?
Yes, I can. It says, 6th, show thy face to the sky.
Is there anything else in this room?
No.
No altar in the center. It's just an empty room with sconces and the script on the wall.
That's it. No bodies hitting the floor. No crazy spooky ghosts coming out. Just a room with a script amongst the back wall.
Can you copy pasta the saying for me really quick?
Yeah. And she goes, I wonder if these are something we're supposed to do in some kind of order to get somewhere?
Response. We will probably know more once we have uncovered more of the sayings. But they do seem to be enumerated.
Well, it follows the pattern of the arcane. 2 down, 6 to go.
Has Kappa caught up with us yet?
Yes.
Inquiry. Can you detect magic like the others?
Who are you asking?
Kappa.
No.
Then I'll turn and look at villain. Inquiry. Can you detect magic like the others?
Yes, I can. You think that is needed?
Response. Perhaps there is more to this room than we can perceive. If this is the Tower of Illusion, there's probably more to it than meets the eye.
All right. And she will cast Detecting of the Magic. And she goes, "You're very intelligent, Trace. There is something more here. I believe that there is a layer of illusion magic over those scripts. Unfortunately, I do not possess a way to dispel that.
I can.
You can dispel magic?
Yeah, but don't remind Zarcius that I can.
Right here," as she points.
What is she pointing to?
She's pointing to the script on the wall.
Okay.
Okay. At what level are you casting this at, Kappa?
3.
3?
Mm.
Okay. I need you to give me an Arcana check. The magic is not dispelled. And all of you hear the sound of laughter.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. At what level this time?
4.
Okay. I need you to make an Arcana check. It's
At least the DC's gonna be lower.
That's the same DC. It's just unfortunately not a 4th level spell. Hey, there you go. As you're, a little perturbed with the laughter there as you focus in this time. And the laughter stops. And the words change from what they were. You can see that this instead. Hide thyself behind a mask. Not show thy face to the sky. Villain looks over at you, Kappa goes, "Well done. Actually, both of you, well done. Team effort."
Response. Perhaps the sayings themselves have something to do with the tower and will require something to do with magic to unlock their true meaning.
Grace, have you ever thought about changing your career to a field of magical study? You seemed to have a knack for it.
Response. I was built in Yithrin. I have seen the wizards perform many experiments. Although, I cannot remember them all.
Well, maybe when we remove the bitch from her clutches of this area, then I can explore more of this place and hopefully bring some things back.
Did anything change downstairs after that?
Nope.
I guess we'll head back downstairs from upstairs. I would assume Villain still has her detect magic up. Does she sense anything as we move towards the first floor?
Going back down, as soon as you guys actually get down to the bottom, other than the fact that what you guys basically already know, that there's a lot of illusion magic within that entryway. Nothing else.
So just for clarification, it's just like one big blanket of illusion magic there, right?
Correct.
It's just lit up like a Christmas tree for her.
Well, at least a purple-colored tree, yeah.
Fair enough.
And she goes, "Are the others outside? Why are we still standing around?"
They never made it through because Better Gold came with me and Kappa. He didn't come through when we did.
Well, I don't sense any other magic than illusion, and I don't see anybody else. She looks over to you, Kappa, and goes, "Do you have it in you to cast that spell again? Maybe of significant power this time?"
Yeah, well, what should I target?
Pick anything. It's all illusion-y. Maybe the
Like
doorway.
I suggest,
Take the doorway.
yeah, that's what I was
Or
going to
pick
suggest.
Zarcius.
No. No. No.
Whatever high energies you can do with that. I don't think that what you did upstairs is going to quite work down here.
Will we be able to take a break after this?
Probably not. Or we could just leave the two people trapped into illusion forever and continue about our way.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
excellent. Let's go then.
target the doorway.
Oh, we're not leaving them. All right.
Well,
Can I see if she really means for me to fire off something stronger or something so the same strength would suffice?
Give me an insight roll. So, I'm going to say that you're not sure if she is saying that because that the magic down here is more powerful, or if because you had to do it twice upstairs, she's doubting you, or if she just wants you to waste a bunch of magic so she can kill you in your sleep.
Oh, it's definitely the last one.
All are viable at this point.
hey.
I'll say I'll do it stronger, but I'll still just do a 4.
Okay.
A 4th level.
Sure. Go ahead and burn your beautiful spell slot.
Need Arcana?
I do, sir. 4th level's not powerful enough.
Hold on. Where is it going? Nothing's firing, so if a lot of things fire at once, it's... Why is it not?
You want me to click it for you?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Great.
Doesn't seem to be working. At this point, Villain goes, Saucius, can you boost him in any way, shape, or form? He seemed to struggle with this upstairs, too.
Buddy, right. Before, well, after I boost you, Kappa, just to be sure that you definitely get it, you should also boost yourself, because I know you have some of that ability.
Hashtag guidance and bardic inspiration.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that. You're just gonna have to...
Yeah, you're gonna have to fire my guidance for me, for myself. I can't seem to
Yeah, no worries.
click anything right now.
Actually, well, Mirren's here, so Mirren will give you some guidance.
Okay.
And then cast your beautiful spell slot again, home dog. Also, you do have DM inspiration.
I do?
That's why if you look at
Mhm.
your character sheet, you got that big old glowing dice. That's all.
Oh, I do.
Yep.
I didn't see it up there.
That's what that means. It's given by me. DM inspiration. Never goes away unless you use it.
And I'd use it before or after a roll.
You can use that to give yourself advantage, and then use his bardic inspiration, and then Mirren's guidance. You could be adding what a D8 and a D4 plus Arcana
Advantage.
and advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fire it up.
What spell slot you gonna use? Fourth again? Fifth? Third?
Yeah. No. I'll
I mean, you know, fourth doesn't work just by itself.
Yeah,
So
but I'm getting help.
You are getting help, but that's not the way the dispel magic works.
Okay.
So you would either have to attempt the fifth, or it probably would be either spinning the fifth or using a third instead of burning a fourth. Because you know fourth isn't helping. You've already tried this fourth level spell slot. It did not just automatically, which means it's a higher level spell. So you can either try fifth level, or just use the third and roll the Arcana check.
I'll go the fifth, but I won't use the inspiration.
So go ahead and burn the spell slot.
You're gonna have to do it for me.
Okay.
There's a-
And where is your dispel magic? Boom. And you're going to use the fifth level.
Yeah.
Casting the spell. It still requires your Arcana check.
Yeah, good. Fire for me too.
Okay, so are you just you're not using the DM inspiration?
I will now. Yes.
Okay, so you're using everything.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna make sure. Arcana check plus a D4 and a D8 now.
Yep.
Fucking 4. You focus your energies at this. You feel things begin to slip before Zarsius' song boosts you up a little bit, and that little bitty extra from that tiny little fox guy helps just a little bit Or you can tell two things. First of all, your dispel magic on this ability is temporary. You did not permanently dispel whatever this is. Second, Alton and Marigold are visible, but so are 6 other corpses. Old corpses. What do you guys do?
Drag all 8 of them out.
Dragging everybody out.
Yep.
Great plan. Great plan.
So we
That's
can
what we're in
search
tonight's
the
episode.
bodies later.
That's what we're in tonight's episode. 11:21. Too late. We're gonna end it here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
End it here with coming out of tower number 2, having 2 clues to fucking something. Who fucking knows what?
But now we know one of those clues might not be the right one.
Sir Zarcius doesn't know anything about the other clue. He only knows about